Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Siralim Ultimate. This episode we have a nether boss to take down, and let's just jump into it. Last episode we were in the Sanctum Umbra. This time, this is not the best place to fight a boss, but we'll try our best. Because there are a lot of, excuse me, there are a lot of defensive creatures in this realm. With us having less attack, and with them also resurrecting, it could be a bit of a slog. But it's a good item bonus. Let's try our best. Let's just try our best in the Temple of Lies. And, ooh, we have the God Altar right next to us, which is handy. This is Aurum, God of Vanity. I really like the soundtrack in this zone as well. So we've got a couple zones where I've really enjoyed the music. So Aurum, the God of Vanity, says, "For what reason do you call upon me?" Well, how about a donation? And Aurum says, "With my wealth, your donation is very much like urinating into the ocean to raise the tide. Nonetheless, you have my appreciation." I mean, you're welcome, I guess. Anyway, I quite like Aurum's aesthetic, kind of a made up of different crystalline parts, kind of just hovering around, and his hands are like boxing gloves, basically, just floating around, disembodied. Looks pretty cool, if you ask me. Or ooh, hey, okay. Immediately, we're gonna be in a fight with these enemies. Thankfully, they don't have the stand as one, guys. However, they are going to prevent us from gaining buffs or stats, which is going to be very irritating. They've killed a couple of our people, and here's what we should do. I'll use my macro. Even though it's not going to gain us stats, it is going to bring the rest of us back to life. And it's going to do some damage to them as well. With you, I'm actually going to cast... You've got a ton of charges. Rabid Dementia on you. Oh, do they have dodge chance? They don't. They do have chance to resist damage, which is also annoying. They don't have good luck. We don't have bad luck. They have speed, which is kind of indirectly giving them a bit of dodge chance. Let's just try and end this fight. Why are they dodging so much? That was really annoying. So we killed the Nemesis creatures. It was a bit of a slog, but we did it. And now we're making our way through this realm where there are going to be 4 more wandering creatures and 1 more master. The goal, of course, is to beat the nether boss, so there's no chance of me accidentally... Oh, hey, take a look at this. We have 70% less speed. They have 238% more speed. And they're healing every turn, which is also quite hilarious. We can turn that against them with the use of something like Blight. But I'd rather save that for the boss, and for you, I'll just use my macro. They are going to be dodging quite a bit, I think, because the speed bonus is going to give them a dodge chance. I think that's how speed works. We are doing reasonably okay as well, kind of. There's no chance of us going ahead of our enemies, just because of the severe speed penalty we've taken. Alright, maybe with you, let's just use the macro again. This is a tough set of realm properties, but one that we can work with if given the chance to set ourselves up in a fight. we can potentially put ourselves in a winning situation. Is that going to happen in the boss fight? Who knows? No doubt it's going to be much tougher. I don't know what's happening with these guys, but they're clearly not having a great time. Why did you kill yourself? Why did you kill yourself? Yeah, I don't know why they killed themselves. I have no answer for you. What I do know is that just do this. These dodges and also their chance to resist damage are going to be irritating. Now, do these do anything for us? No, those objects are just there for decoration. I think there's a smaller rainbow object. Oh, these ones. Oh, but these enemies are blocking us. Obtuse means they're gonna... They're gonna take less damage, and we have less attack. And, oh, what the hell is going on? Excuse me? Finally, we got a chance to go. I think we have to do this. Two of them are confused. Like, we have to do this. Otherwise, these guys are gonna finish us off. Fuse with imps. No doubt. One, which is possibly where some of their annoying attributes were coming from. Can Rabid Dementia bypass invisibility by forcing you to attack? Yes, it can. That is very important to know. That is a vital piece of information to keep in mind for future battles. So, annoying fight, but we learned something very crucial. And now we finally have our first buffs. Shelled is going to help us survive the first round of attacks that our enemies are going to always get, but there are no more wandering enemies. We killed them all before we even found our first buff. At least that is done with. By the way, these rainbow things are going to take you to a special mini realm with a mini boss fight, which I don't want to do until I have collected all my buffs. And maybe even found the Master Repelling is nice, I guess. Those horseshoe objects, these ones, these will be an optional fight to give you favor with the god. Assuming we survive, we'll take a look at those, and of course, obligatory mimic. Can we just... Well, let's start with arbitration. Yeah, we have maximum 1 buff, which is irritating. But let's Rabid Dementia ourselves. Oh, it's so painful. Let's blight you just in case you get an extra turn. You're also going to be confused and blind for whatever that's worth. I don't know, just do this, I guess. That's doing more damage because it's a different kind of damage. It doesn't count as an attack, and only our attack is being debuffed. Although now I think Rabid Dementia should do enough damage. Not quite. Well, yeah, it did. With the extra damage that we inflict, we were able to do it. But you come back to life because of your free resurrection, and then you're immediately killed because of Final Breath. That's probably our master. We'll deal with you shortly. We have Rebirth, which is great. This is a large treasure chest. But the one thing I should mention about large treasure chests is that early on, when you... some realms will have large treasure chests. Like, they will just always have them. It's not a rare spawn that we found it. It will always be in this realm. Certain other realms will also have them. Ooh, hey, we need... This is going to be a buried treasure. The thing about large treasure chests is... at a certain point, in most of the realms that have those, I'll show you Orum's blessings specifically. Yes, at rank 20, keys are no longer required to open the large treasure chests in this realm. But it's realm specific, so if you unlock the no key blessing in one realm, it's only for that realm, not for other realms. Anyway, we've dug up our buried treasure. We still need one more, I think, which hopefully we can get. Yeah, we're pretty far from killing death creatures, so by the time we kill those, hopefully we found another buried treasure spawn. Now, before I fight the master, I am going to fight these mini-boss rounds. This wall giant says another weakling, I'm going to smash you into paste. You might. But we're going to go down swinging if that is the case. You guys really wasted your turn. I hate to say it. The rabbit dimension, not really... I think the way we're going to do this is I'll use the macro to start out with. Yeah, see, that's doing a lot more damage. Our attack is heavily debuffed. And these guys are all going to come back. We're going to have to deal with them. But now we have the turn advantage over them. So even if one of them survived, we would have been able to kill them. So nothing, no rare items from that mini-boss, but maybe this one's gonna be different. You are a different type of creature. The Vulpus issues screeching yaps before it turns and notices you. Shocked at your presence, we've interrupted it doing something. Well, immediately we took a hit and lost a party member, but Rebirth kicked in. Okay. Oh, Blight is not good. Blight is not good. So I'm going to get rid of Blight with the antidote. Just get rid of it. And you know what? Just permanently get rid of Blight. What? I did cast the correct spell, so why isn't Blight gone? I guess it had one more duration tick on it. Anyway, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cast this. Doing good damage, and I think this might end the fight, actually. Blight is gonna kill our Animatus, unfortunately. But we should be able to kill them through a combination of things. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Antidote. This has finally gotten rid of our Blight. And honestly, just do this again. Punch you to death. And that's gotten rid of you. That's great. Nothing from this chest, nothing from that chest. Okay. Now, what is left? There's the master, but is there anything that I've left? Unfortunately, I don't think this realm gives you a way to debuff enemies, at least not yet. Yes, yeah, I've interacted with everything. Just about everything. Hang on, let's see. Do some of these other interactables do anything for us? Is Aurum close by? Yes. You are. Favor from horseshoes. Dumpling stuff. Emblem from rainbow wells. Emblem from cruncher dust. Yeah, none of these are actually giving us combat advantages. So let's just ignore these optional combats and find our master who is down there. Oh, who is down there. Ooh, nearly left that little bit of favor lying around. Okay, what are you gonna do? You are the Carbuncle Master, which is gonna make this an interesting fight. Carbuncles are magic-themed creatures. One of them is gonna have the same trait that we have, which eventually makes you immune to debuffs. Which eventually makes you... With that in mind, that you're eventually gonna be immune to debuffs, I'm going to defile you early. Oh, but you're... Did you... They've somehow already cast 12 spells, I guess? Is the lesson I'm getting there. So, you know what? I'm gonna start out using the macro. Yes. You're gonna use it twice. Which potentially is gonna win us this fight. Because our Animatus is not confused, luckily. Our Unicorn is also still alive and should be able to shut down most of these resurrections. As soon as we get to that screen, and we've beaten them. That takes our Carbuncle Mastery now to level 3. That's good. Another achievement, another bonus added to our ever-growing list. Now the only thing left to do is... Well, the main thing left to do is the nether boss fight. I'm not going to do any of these optional fights, because all they are to me right now is a chance to get a small amount of favor, but at a chance of the enemy doing something annoying to deplete our charges. Sometimes that happens. I haven't memorized which enemies do it. Better to just avoid them unless you actually need to. This is our boss, Nerlyx. Before we fight him, I'm going to go to this list, and I'm going to find Nerlyx. Where are you? There you are. We're going to see what your problem is. Like, we're going to be fighting the tier 3 version. At the end of this creature's turn, it locks onto 2 enemy creatures. At the start of its turn, it deals 10,000% of its attack in damage to the creatures that it locked on to. Okay. Okay. That feels like we should be able to manage it. He says, well, now, if it isn't the mighty ruler of Siralim, you're a long way away from home, aren't you? It's truly a pity. Come so far only to meet your demise here. Prepare yourself. You know what? We might lose, especially because you're going before us, but we're gonna try our best, you know? We're gonna try our darndest. Our gosh darndest. We're gonna try. Okay, you're frozen. That's not good. What I'm gonna do with you is, we have to start with this. Oh, but... What happened? They got rid of our ethereal gems. That is really irritating. That is really irritating. I'm so annoyed I'm gonna defile you. Which is the only moderately useful thing that I can do. I'm just gonna You should have reincarnation and rabid dementia. We have to start with reincarnation. We need to give ourselves some sort of buffs. So, do that. They're not taking damage, but this is not going to be our main way of damaging them. It's just a way of getting buffs. Now, first chance I get, I'm gonna actually cast. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to attack one more of their party, just so one more of them is confused. Now, which one of these do I want to confuse? Is there anybody who... Wow, 60% less damage. 60% less damage. You know what, just... I want this thing dead as quickly as possible. Oh, but you're taunting. Is there end of turn taunt? There end of turn provoke, rather. Who had Archangel's Blessing? The Dreadwhite. Great. Do you have any buffs that we want? Not. You don't even have any buffs that we want. What I'm gonna do is... Animated gem. Debuffs converted to random buffs? That, I mean, we've got 6 charges of that. Creatures recover a massive amount of health. Why not? Yeah, see, this garbage spell is what ruined things for us. What to do? How about... I mean... Benediction? How much health is that going to gain us? Tiny amount. Because it's not a percentage amount, it's based on intelligence, and you don't have enough intelligence. Yep, you killed one of our party members, 2 of our party members, but they're both back. But they didn't lose their health buffs, their stats. You're taking blight damage, but we are having a bad time. Finally, the Dreadwhite gets a chance to go. You can cast Archangel's Blessing. Let's go. But what else? Is there anything else that we want to cast? I'm gonna say no. Okay. Half of their party are confused. Now, with this in mind, what should we cast? Enemies take a moderate amount of damage and are blind. Confused and feared. 3 random debuffs could be good. Random spell gem could make this fight interesting. How about just Orbital Strike on you? Well, I forgot. I once again forgot that they are going to be taunting. So, Wrath of Nature. How about just Holy Bulwark? That didn't... See, it felt like it didn't do anything. What I'm gonna do with you is... I'm actually gonna cast Rabid Dementia. We need to start doing some sort of damage to somebody. And we killed 2 of them. They are gonna be back though, so... Right now this is only a temporary exit, unless we can shut down some of their resurrections. It seemed like we didn't shut down any of their resurrections. What I'm gonna do is, just in case they somehow get a chance to go before us, I'm going to cast Defile. I don't want them gaining 74% of their health back. I have learned my lesson. With you, just cast... What is that? Hang on. What is that icon in the top right? So, you know how you've got that shield, which I think means you're defending? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't see that icon anywhere here. For that matter, the Ebony Ant has it as well. What does it mean? So the icon below your class icon is your relic. So 3 of you have relics. It's not that. You're provoking. That's what that is. But then what is that eye icon? So what status effects do the 2 of you even have in common? That would explain why you have that strange thing in the top right. Savage? No, anyway, let's not worry about that too much. Let's just do something with the Dreadwhite. How about, I don't know, another Archangel's another Archangel Blessing? And now that that creature that was giving them a defensive bonus is dead, suddenly they're taking real damage, even from our Centaur Duelist. So how about you finish the job, kill this guy. And now kill them. Have we won? We have won. Good fight. Good fight. What's to the left? Nothing. What's to the right? Nothing. I'm happy with how that fight went. I feel a little annoyed. It feels a little bit cheesy using Blight against them, because that's what did a lot of the damage. We had to do that, because otherwise there would be no way to win. No way to win. Now that we're done, well, is this a Divination Candle kind of floor? I don't think so, not with these speed bonuses. Not unless we also had Bomb or something like that. So another floor where we've foregone the chance to fight Divination Candle enemies. And now let's do these optional fights. It's a horseshoe. It must be our lucky day. Just kidding. It magically summoned a pack of angry looking creatures. And of course, they attack. Of course they attack. Now, we've got to wait for them to get through their turn. Hopefully they don't do anything too annoying. We eventually will get our turn. Let's start with Reincarnation. And this should end the fight. Eventually, when the game catches up, it should end the fight. Surely. There we go. 75 favor. Ooh, and we can summon an Onyx Carbuncle again, because we used one for our build. So you had to get the mana for the creature again to summon it again. Oh, I didn't read the dialogue for that, but I think there might be another one of these objects hanging around. These are crunchers. One thing I should mention, these aren't the way creatures look by default. If you're playing without realm instability and enemies aren't fused, they will show their true color palettes. But looking at them while fused, it just it kind of feels like a bit of a fever dream, like you're on some sort of psychedelic substance. The kinds of colors that enemies can sometimes have. There's no getting around it, unless I think if you're going to the options and just turn off fusion palettes. But that doesn't feel right, because it is a thing in the game. You should have it. Anyway, let's cast Reincarnation again. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. I thought I was still in a rabid dementia mindset. So that was a waste of a turn. Fortunately, it's not like we're in any danger of losing this fight, and our centaur is being a bit of a legend, making up for my incompetence. Yeah. Rabid Dementia is what you cast on the Animatus. Reincarnation is what you cast on the Dreadwhite. This isn't even that complicated of a build, and I'm already struggling to remember how to use it properly. Anyway, what you get when you've beaten all of the crunchers is you get a very tiny amount of favor with Aurum. Yeah, there is another one of those. I will interact with them just to get the dialogue, but it's such a small amount of favor that I sometimes just skip these altogether. It says there's a... I'll read it this time. It says there's enough gem dust to enchant every spell gem you'll find in your lifetime. What luck. As you start to gather it, it transforms into a bunch of turtles, because why the hell not? And they attack. And once again, we're waiting. Once again, let us do it properly this time. There we go. That's what I like to see. Once again, once the game catches up with itself, we should soon be getting informed that we've won. Yes, we have. Another 25 favor and an emblem, which is nice. And let's do this as well. It's gonna, all 6 of them are gonna go. I don't enjoy being at a speed penalty, but at least enemies typically haven't been able to wreck us with their turn advantage. Rebirth has helped a lot, I will admit. Sometimes, if all 6 of the enemies are going before you, it can just be impossible to win. You will just never get a turn, and then you're just waiting to lose, and you're just hoping that it is quick and merciful. Anyway, once again, waiting for the game to let us know that we've won, and we have 75 favor. Anything else in this realm at all? I do not believe so. Most of these other things are just decorative. Yeah, see that? These aren't even giving us anything, so we are truly done. And we can finally head back. Shorter episode. Just about 34 minutes into it. But I think we are going to call it here, because I don't want to be charging into other realms just yet. And do we want to summon? No, we don't. It's a short episode, but I don't want to prolong it by doing things that are annoying to do. And fighting enemies with a speed penalty this severe, 70% less speed, and 238% more speed for them. That's just not the kind of thing that I find acceptable. We're just gonna go back to Siralim, and we'll see if we can find something else to do in the realm. Let's take a look at our, we're getting there with the chalice. What's our piety at? We spent most of it leveling up the relic for our dread. But one thing I need to do is, I mentioned I don't think this anointment Sinistry is working out for us. It was the evoker one, right? No, it was the astrologer one. Yeah, it's not working out. It is either being irrelevant or it's putting us at a disadvantage. I don't want my animators to be always provoking. If there was some way to target it so that our Dreadwhite would, but it just doesn't work, because eventually our animators will always be the one with the highest defense. It's just not working out. So I'm going to disable it, and for now we're going to be running with only 2 anointments. Yeah, we have a whole lot of these to unlock, but we're gonna have to wait until the next False God fight to do that. I've already forgotten when the next False God fight is gonna be. It's not gonna be next round. One thing I'll do before we end this episode is, well, it only took 1 reroll. I was like, let's get a good item bonus. 320 sounds good to me, and is there anything else we want to do in this episode? Honestly, I think we're gonna call it there. It's a shorter one for sure, but why? Sometimes short is good. Short means we beat the boss, and we only needed 1 attempt. We didn't have to try again and again. So you know what? Why not? A short episode is okay if it means you did what you did in a short amount of time, is how I am going to think about that. But anyway, that is going to be all for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We did fight the boss. There were some tricky realm properties that we dealt with, but we negotiated it quite well, I would say, and at the end of it, we beat the boss. We got a few small achievements done. Didn't find any rare loot. Didn't farm for divination candle enemies, because it just wasn't that kind of a realm. But small progress is progress nonetheless. I should get into the habit of doing this at the end of every episode. I'll show you what we are at in terms of overall achievements. We're at 1427. Only 3,000 and... okay, 3,600 plus 52. Only 3,652 more achievements, if I've done my math correctly. Only that many to go. So yeah, we should be getting through those any day now. And in case you couldn't tell, I'm being sarcastic. It's gonna take... It's not gonna be any day now, let's just leave it at that. But yeah, that is gonna be all for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you will stick around for the next episode as well. And until then, take care.